Shifting focus, Headlines Today has exclusively accessed a video that reportedly shows Maoists conducting a commando-style training camp teaching cadres how to gun down helicopters frequently used to ferry security personnel and VIPs in Chhattisgarh's Bustar region. The video of the outlaw CPI Maoist at a training camp in the forest of Sukma in South Bustar adjoining Andhra Pradesh and Odisha shows a group of 15 to 20 guerrilla fighters at a practice session training how to bring down choppers with light machine guns and small weapons. The video clip, believed to be shot recently, shows a dummy chopper made with raw wood and plastic sheets suspended from a rope. The video also shows Maoists being trained in different techniques, including how choppers can be targeted with small weapons. Machine guns mounted on tripods can also be seen at the training camp. This video has actually proved that Maoists have been consistently targeting helicopters. Let's get an word from our correspondent Jugal Purohit, who's with us live this morning. Jugal, this is a very serious issue for security agencies. Proper training sessions, commando style, being carried out in the forest of Sukma.
Well, this video essentially, confirms what for a very long time has been believed about the Maoists, that they have a policy of targeting helicopters specifically. For a very long time, the intelligence agencies have also been speaking about this tactic. We've been seeing it in terms of the manifestations on ground till date from October 2008, ever since the Indian Air Force has been involved in this particular insurgency. There have been at least 11 shootings, 9 on Indian Air Force alone, 1 on a BSF helicopter and 1 on a civil helicopter. So it does give you an understanding of just how the Maoists have been thinking, and this is a visual evidence of the fact that they have created infrastructure despite being temporary camps being run in jungles. They've created the infrastructure. They're training their cadres accordingly to ensure that proper positioning is understood, is adhered to by people when on ground, when operations are going on. Another extremely important part in this is that for a very long time the Indian Air Force has been asking the state authorities to ensure that there is a sanitized area around the helipads, that the helipads are built inside the camps so that security can be ensured. But those are measures on which the response of the state administration has been extremely tardy. We've seen in recent incidents also helicopters have not been able to land, and this only goes to confirm the worst fears that the agencies involved in flying helicopters have been voicing for a very long time, that the Maoists are specifically targeting them. It isn't as if attacks on helicopters are taking place as a result of some operations. They are specifically targeting that. In fact, not just that, intelligence agencies have very often predicted, and we've seen it on ground, that Maoists have duplicated or rather mastered the habit of smoke signals, which is essentially what forces do to attract the helicopter to come towards a certain zone and land. The Maoists have also learned that technique of raising smoke alarms or smoke lanterns. So very often helicopters have a tough time in navigating these areas, just so that to ensure that the Maoists are not able to fire upon and inflict casualties.
Right, and Jugal, what's most worrying is the kind of equipment that is available with these Naxal fighters, the kind of techniques that are being used to train them, extremely precise. This is going to be a huge cause of concern for security agencies in the state.
Well, all these incidents put together only give you the understanding that there is a policy in what the Maoists are doing, and it will be a tremendous psychological boost. Remember, in January 2013, they had actually managed to bring down an Air Force helicopter by the way of firing incessantly on it and ensuring that it had to sort of land very close to the spot where it had gone to actually perform its operation. Even in this particular case, on December 1st, 2014, no helicopter could land because no area was sanitized by the forces on ground. So it's a serious issue. The Air Force needs to perhaps rethink its rules of engagement vis-a-vis dealing with the Maoists. Till now, after a lot of deliberation and after a lot of attack, as I said, there have been 11 attacks on helicopters specifically. The rules have been changed to ensure that the Air Force carries Garud commandos who are taking positions towards self-defense. But will this particular video prompt the government to think on a more serious line? Will they actually enforce some kind of a tighter response from the Air Force? Will it mean change of assets? Will it mean positioning of more guns? Are things that the government will have to take notice of. But this video only goes to confirm what has been believed for a very long time and seen also on the ground in terms of tactics of the Maoists, that they are specifically targeting helicopters, and perhaps it's time to understand and revisit the policy that the government has been employing. Back to you.
Absolutely, Jugal. Thanks so much for that update. A worrying video has come to light, exclusively accessed by Headlines today, showing how Maoists are holding training camps in the forest of Sukma to teach fighters how to target government choppers. We'll continue tracking developments, also trying to get more reactions to that story.